Have you ever noticed how most silver just disappears? Locked away in safes, stacked in tubes, weighed, but never felt. You chase ounces, you track the spot price, yet somehow it feels hollow, because deep down, you really know not every ounce is equal. Some pieces mean something more. Most people see silver as metal, but collectors, real collectors, see stories cast in that metal. Today I'm going to show you, yes, some silver does belong in a vault or just stashed away, and why other silver deserves to be out on display. And this is where silver stops being bullion and starts becoming art. So as you can see here, I'm just doing a sandcast, and I thought I'd just talk you through some of my thoughts on this subject. I think as kind of, you could call it almost like a divide, a mindset divide, two ways to see silver. I mean, stackers, weight stackers and collectors, that we look at the same metal, but I think through different lenses. One will just see ounces, and the other will just see, I don't know, that just little spark of enthusiasm, that little spark of creativity. Bullion is kind of stored, and the art side of things should be on display, in my view. One hides value, and the other one reveals it. I think the traditional weight stacker or whatever, I don't know how to put labels on people, but that type of traditional, buy it as cheap as you can and just stack it high, that of course that's got a place, of course it has. But I think a lot of those, that kind of mindset, everything's weight and premium, but I think an artist measures other things. They look at, the risk, the failure. No one else can see that, and that really can't be faked. It's between the difference of spot price of a piece and the real soul and the creativity of a piece. And if you think about it, like a plain silver bar, I don't know, a 1 ounce bar or something, you can just pour in like the mints do. Oh, here we go with the hammer. It's going to get noisy. I really should try and get something to hold my camera still while I'm doing that, shouldn't I? But I think it looks cool. I don't know what you guys think, but I think that looks cool. I normally speed that up. But yeah, where was I? What was I saying? Yeah, so if you can imagine like I was going to say a kilo bar, but like just say like a generic 1 ounce bar from a mint or something, and it's just stamped out. It's kind of heartless, and that's what the metal's for. It's just bosh, done. And they sell it on weight at so much above the spot price. When you look at some of the silver pourers out there and the artists, silver artists, they've got to come up with the idea. They've got to design it. If they use AI like I do, they've got to 3D print it. All the prep, and it's not just time. You're not paying for time. You're paying for that creativity, that thought, that expertise. I think it's with the art side. One wrong move. Oh, here we go with the hammer, and it's a redo. And that's where the love comes in and the craftsmanship. You're under pressure to make it work. I think when you're just pressing a button, like the mints do, or stamping it out, it's a little bit different. And, collectors, real collectors of art, they pay for that human touch, that human fingerprint on it, that kind of the hands rubbing across the sand, like you can see there. That's what you're paying for. All the imperfections in the work, rather than a stamp bar that comes out perfect. The sand casting, that, the art kind of style, the rawness, that's what you're paying for. For me, I've come to learn that perfection kind of hides in the imperfection of things. When someone buys a piece of silver punk or silver art in general, whoever it's from, you're not just buying the silver, you're buying something that hopefully makes you feel something. It'll give you a feeling like joy, nostalgia, remembering something, a connection, pride in owning a piece. You're over the moon. You've actually got a piece that someone's actually touched and made by their own hands. You buy into that collector. That hopefully the collector will see almost like a reflection of themselves in the metal, the craftsmanship, the dreaming, chasing, whatever it can be, rather than just stacking up weight. I mean, when I've seen, I'm just so grateful and so humbled when people do unboxing videos. It's just so cool when I watch them unbox some of my stuff. And you can see that they absolutely they blow up, they glow up, they love it, and it's for me, it's just such a don't know the words to describe, but it's just wicked. And that's what I do it for. It's giving the people that moment, that 10 seconds, that first 10 seconds when they open it and see it for the first time, the reaction. And that's what makes it all worthwhile. All the redos and everything. It's the emotion. That emotion will outlast spot price forever. And it's brilliant because you'll remember the first time you picked up a piece of silver art by Beat from me or any other pourer out there. I think it is difficult in the world that we live in because, of course, times are tough and I totally get it. People want to look after the futures and stuff. But I think sometimes the stackers need to put the calculators down. Stackers think with calculators, but the collectors think with the hearts. But I think both can win. In the long term, I really do feel both can win. And if anything, I think the collector can outdo the stacker if you look at it just in investment wise, but that's just a personal preference. And I am going to be biased towards art. I think hand poured art can sit in right in the middle. I mean, it's tangible wealth and it's tangible design, isn't it? If the silver price drops, then your art will still stand if you pick the right artist and the right piece. If silver rises, then your art gets even better as well. So for me, there's no downsides. It just isn't 3/9 fine silver. It's art with a weight to it, with an intrinsic value. Take a painting on canvas or a piece of art on silver. If you pick the wrong artist on canvas, then what have you got at the end of it? 20 or 30 quid's worth of canvas. If you pick the wrong artist in silver, you've still got the intrinsic value of silver, and over time, that's going to go up. But if you pick the right artists in silver and their price starts to go up, well, it's a win-win, isn't it? You've got two bites of the cherry almost. So yeah, it's, for me, the piece is, every time I make something, it's kind of immortalised forever in silver. It's just one pour, one of one, never to be repeated. And I think that's what makes it a collectible. It's like you'll see these mints say, oh, we're only doing 1,000, there's only 500. Only 500? And people get carried away going, oh, it's a low mintage, there's only 500 of them. And I personally think that's far too many. If there was one, I'd get excited. Because then I'd be the only person in the world to own this one. And I think that's when stuff gets really exciting. I think if you can it's difficult. Well, here we go, the hammer again. It is difficult. But if you can try and stop chasing the ounces sometimes, and start chasing meaning. I mean, silver's always been currency and it always will be. But in the hands of an artist, a silver pourer, it becomes a totally different language. It's a conversation between the maker, the pourer, and the collector, and hopefully that piece will outlive both of us. It will get passed on for generations, and that piece of art will always be there. And how cool is that to think? It's just wicked. And as you can see on the screen here, that's a piece I've just created, the Huntress. And that's all I've got to say really today. It was just a quick little chat, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you all soon. And sign up to my collectors list. There's a link below and you'll get to know when stuff like that comes out first. Cheers, folks.